G'day YouTubers, Brett here from Overtime Gaming with you once again. We're doing our first attempt at live comms for the WWE 13 Universe mode today. And you saw there, we had the Divas Champion AJ Lee coming down as the guest, our ringside position here. And the reasoning behind that is of course because she faced Trish Stratus last night at the Great American Bash. She topped Trish Stratus last night and actually picked up the victory and could retained her title. But tonight in our opening match here on Monday Night Raw, we have a match between Nikki Bella and Trish Stratus. You see Trish Stratus taking it to Nikki Bella right now. Now, as I was saying earlier on, this is my first attempt at live comms in WWE 13. Usually I edit everything and we don't get a full show. We just get the highlights from all the matches and stuff. So we never usually get as long a gameplay footage, it's only around 15 minutes or so. Today we're going to give it a different spin on things. We're going to go through things, we're going to do the whole show, so you're going to see every moment of every match. And it's going to be the same on Thursday Night Ring of Honor, for this week anyway. It's just easier for me to do. I haven't got much time to do editing this week, because I go to New York at the middle of next week, so I've got to get videos up for this week and next week and some of the week after. So I'm packed doing an awful lot of videos for the next few days and uploading them for the next couple of weeks as well. So I haven't got too much time to do editing, so if I can cut some things down by doing some live comms like I am right now, then I've got to take that. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of my live comms, if you prefer it with the shorter show, so just highlights of the matches with videos and stuff involved. Like, there won't be any videos in this one. I was planning on doing the Daniel Bryan interview, but obviously because of my lack of time for editing, I can't put that in. So I'll just speak about that in the main event. But as I was saying, let me know what you think of my live comms. If you like them like this style like we're going to do today, the video will probably be around half an hour, 40 minutes long. So it'll be a long video, but you'll get the whole show. You'll get every moment of every match, and you'll also get me doing commentary straight over the top. So it'll be more me speaking about what's going on. It'll be more real. It'll be more me actually playing the game rather than like I do on my own ones when I edit them all together. I just do highlights of the matches. I tend to do more of a commentary style. Whereas this one, it probably won't be as much of a commentary style. It'll probably be me talking like I am right now. As you see, Trish is actually kicking my ass. I'm Nikki Bella at the moment. It's actually just beating me down here. So let me know which style you prefer. I probably myself prefer the editing style, with the highlight style even, with the commentary aspect over the top with the videos. But this is just far easier to do for me to do the next couple of weeks. So as I was saying earlier, it's just for a couple of weeks. It's probably this week will be all live comms for Monday Night Raw and Thursday Night Ring of Honor, and so will next week. But after that, I want to do which ones you prefer. If you prefer me doing live comms like this, I'm quite happy to continue to do live comms with a longer show. But if you prefer my old style with all the videos and everything like that in, then I can do the highlight style anyway. But one thing I will work on this week and next week, I won't be able to do it, but if I continue with the live comms, what I'll do all the gameplay as a live comm, but then I'll make some videos and stuff afterwards, and I'll just keep all the matches the same so I don't have to do anything else, but just add in some videos after the matches or something like that, so they still have that show feel just with longer matches. Just let me know which one you prefer. As you see, we're starting to mount some offense here with Nikki Bella, going up against Trish Stratus, of course. Nikki Bella is one fine-ass woman. Of course, she is with John Cena in real life. And, of course, her twin sister, Brie, who is gorgeous. Brie is the better looking of the two, in my opinion. Brie is absolutely stunning. She is with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan definitely punching above his weight there. How he managed to pull her, I have no idea. But gorgeous, gorgeous women. Of course, they're on Total Divas. If you didn't see the Total Divas at the weekend, I enjoy Total Divas, to be fair. It's a good program. I never usually like anything that's on E or anything like that, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians or anything like that. But Total Divas is actually really good because it gives you an insight to what a WWE diva has to go through. As you see, Nikki Bella hits her finisher there. I have no idea what it's called. Because it's a face plant as such, I don't think, we weren't able to get a pinfall victory there because it was a face plant, and as you saw when I target a body part, Trish Stratus has no damage to her face. She's got a completely burst body. That's probably because we burst one of her boobs or something. But she's got a completely burst body, but no damage to her head. So hitting a finisher like that won't do any damage for us. It's a good move there by Nikki Bella, shaking her tush at us while she's about to hit a neck breaker on Trish Stratus. Of course, Trish Stratus, one of the best divas of all time. Absolute stunner herself. She is gorgeous. And of course, the girl that sat next to me right now, AJ Lee, another gorgeous, gorgeous diva and an absolutely superb technical wrestler. If you didn't know this, she was actually trained by Jay Lethal. Her boyfriend, previous to signing for WWE, was Jay Lethal. So Jay Lethal trained her to be a wrestler. That's how she got into wrestling and stuff. She was trained by him, to which she was then signed to NXT, so WWE's developmental territory, which is when she then split up with Jay Lethal. As you see, we're going to the outside here. Nikki and Trish Stratus coming towards AJ Lee here, and they're brawling on the outside of the arena. Test the strength here. Nikki Bella has actually proves to be the stronger of the two. She throws Trish into the corner, right in front of AJ Lee here, but AJ holding her composure and just staying still. We tried to dive in, running diving move there out the ring, but obviously Nikki Bella can't do that. Trish needs to hurry up and get back in the ring because this match has gone on for a little while and I'd like to speed it up. We need short matches, otherwise this video is going to be extremely long. We'll be playing every single match while we're doing live comms, because one thing I noticed when I was trying to do live comms the other day is that if you leave the computer to do all the moves, to do the matches for you, so you just commentate over the top rather than playing, the matches go on for absolute ages and it's an extremely long show, and I don't want that. Do you see Nikki Bella picks up the victory over here over Trish Stratus? Does that make her #1 contender? Have to find out in the coming weeks. The girl sat next to me here, AJ Lee, she agrees that Nikki Bella should be the #1 contender. As you see, Nikki Bella celebrating beating arguably the best diva of all time. Octoberman, I know who you are, don't worry, and I'm just doing some live comms. I realise you've sent me a message. I'll look at that now actually while she's celebrating because I don't want to skip. Sorry about this, guys. Hey mate, can't do 4. Okay. That's just for a FIFA video, guys. Sorry about that. I'm not going to edit it out. It's just easier to leave it in. Things like that will only happen this week because of the live comms that I'm doing. Even if I do live comms in the future like this, like I was saying, I will include videos and stuff like that. Like I would have done a video there of AJ Lee coming in and beating down Nikki Bella. But I just seriously have not got the time to do it. I'm trying to get as many videos out as I can for you guys before I go to New York and schedule them to come out whilst I'm in New York. So it's still a consistent thing. They might not be as high quality right now. The NFL ones will be a great quality, to be fair, because those ones I will be editing. But I haven't got time to edit the WWE vids. But still, leave it in the comment section below if you prefer me doing live comms like this, or if you prefer me doing highlight shows with commentary afterwards. As you see, we almost picked up a quick victory there as Rey Mysterio over Alberto Del Rio. These two have both come out in recent weeks and said that they should be challenging for titles and they want a shot at the United States Championship. So we'll have to see if either of these two men can do anything. Now the plan is, after this, I don't have time to do it, but I was going to get someone to come out and assault one of these guys, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able... well, I won't be able to do it today. So this video won't have any videos like that in. I will tell you a storyline that's going to be going on. Obviously, last night at the pay-per-view, this is spoiler alerts, guys, so if you haven't seen the Great American Bash pay-per-view, go check out the main event. The main event is the only one you need to check out for me spoiling right now. In the main event, so pause this video and go check out the main event of the Great American Bash pay-per-view. I'll give you 2 seconds. Right, I'm back. So, in the main event of the Great American Bash pay-per-view, it was the United States title match between Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler. And it was set to be an outstanding match, and it was one hell of a match put on by him. Don't get me wrong, it was a fantastic matchup. Dolph Ziggler had the beating of Dean Ambrose. He had just hit the zigzag and was about to go for the pin when Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins rushed to the ring and joined Dean Ambrose in a beatdown of... oops, shit. The ref got taken out a lot there. And a beatdown of Dolph Ziggler, resulting in Dean Ambrose getting DQ'd. And, right, yep, what's going on? Why is the ref not getting up? I just threw the sledgehammer up. As I was saying, the ref, Dean Ambrose getting DQ'd, but retaining his title because no, you don't lose a title through disqualification. Because of that, Dolph Ziggler, even though he had the match won pretty much, didn't pick up the victory against Dean Ambrose, so didn't pick up the United States Championship. So Dean Ambrose retained and is now still the United States Champion. In the coming weeks, we're going to be feuding between them. Between the Shield, well, not even the Shield, because the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, another spoiler, guys, convincingly beat the Big Easy in the tag team titles match. So we're going to move away from those two feuding, the two tag team feuding, but we're continuing the Dean Ambrose Dolph Ziggler feud. And what we're going to do with that, there won't be a matchup between them tonight at all, but Dolph Ziggler is going to get another title shot. I'm not sure when, not sure if it's going to be at the pay-per-view or if it's going to be on a Monday Night Raw. You'll have to wait and see. The match stipulation will be either that it's in a match type where the Shield cannot get involved, or it'll be in a match type where if the Shield do get involved, Dean Ambrose will lose the title by disqualification. So we're going to have to see what comes from that. I was going to do a Vince McMahon interview segment on this video, but obviously because I haven't got time to edit anything, I can't do that right now. I will next week. When I do next week's Raws and stuff, they'll all be live comms too, but I'll include videos on them. So keep tuned for all that stuff. It's going to be an awesome feud between them. As well as that, there's another feud coming. That's obviously between CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Now, another spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Ring of Honor Best in the World pay-per-view, which was uploaded yesterday, it was late, but it should have been uploaded Saturday. Go check out the main event in that. I'll give you 2 seconds. Right, I'm back. The main event in that was for the Ring of Honor World title. CM Punk picked up the win, beating Jay Briscoe, Paul London and Christopher Daniels, which made him the TNA World Champion and technically still the WWE World Champion. Daniel Bryan took exception to that, and obviously in a couple of weeks ago on Ring of Honor, Daniel Bryan attacked CM Punk. I didn't plan that. Universe just decided to put that one in on me. I didn't plan that one at all. But Daniel Bryan attacked CM Punk. And it actually has made for a good feud. Last night on Best in the World, I was going to cut a segment after CM Punk won the title about him calling out Daniel Bryan, but I decided not to. And the reason behind that was I was going to have an interview segment with Daniel Bryan on here. But I'm not going to this week. I'm going to do it next week. So keep tuned for that. But the two will be feuding together, and I expect it to be an awesome feud. So stay tuned for all that stuff. That will be in a video for next week. So next week on Monday Night Raw. Now, you see, in this matchup between the two, Rey Mysterio picking up some momentum here. He's going for the 3 count here, and he almost picks up the 3 count over Alberto Del Rio. But Del Rio turned it around, and we're trying to hit our signature here, but Del Rio hits us with a huge belly-to-back suplex there. Great move by Alberto Del Rio. In real life, I don't like Alberto Del Rio at all. I think he's a good wrestler, but I don't like his character that he plays. Obviously, he's not going to be the only Hispanic person in the WWE anymore. Of course, there's always been Primo and Epico as a tag team, but they've never really done much. But you see the Los Matadors, I believe it is. That looks like it's actually Primo and Epico. So they could be doing something with their career now, coming back as a masked tag team. I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll be like. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys are. I think it was good for them because fans were sick of the whole Primo and Epico fiasco. So something like that might actually help them out, to be in all honest. You see Rey Mysterio setting up for the 619 here. Slams Del Rio into the corner. And then the big boot, the 619 to the face. And now the splash coming for Rey Mysterio. He's going for the pin. 1. Oh, Del Rio kicks out at 1. That is not what I wanted to happen. I wanted Rey Mysterio to pick up the win there. So we're going top rope and we're going to take out Del Rio here. But he catches us and just power bombs us into the mat there. Del Rio picking up some momentum here and taking it to us here. But we tried to reverse, but the huge belly-to-belly suplex there by Alberto Del Rio ruins our whole comeback there. But we do manage to reverse this one and we turn a powerbomb into an arm drag. So good reversal there as we go for our comeback. Mysterio calling for it. I don't know what Mysterio's comeback is if he has one. So I'm not really sure how we're going to manage to get the signature, as the stupid black sign there ruined our view of the move there. But you see, we reverse this one again, and I believe it's going to be another arm drag. Oh no, we turn this one into a face buster as we try and get our comeback going, but we can't do it, so we go for the roll up here, the quick roll up victory for Rey Mysterio. 1, 2. Oh, Del Rio reverses it. He's going for a roll up victory of his own, but we kick out a 1. There's no way he's sneaking that one by us. So we tried for the big kick to the face there, but Del Rio too quick. Moves out the way on us. As Del Rio now just trying to plant us. Drops the knee into the gut. Good move there. Del Rio's in complete control of this one, to be fair. We're not being able to do much. We've hit the 619, but we're not damaging him at all. Look at his body when I target it. He's only an orange and a yellow, so this one still could have a little while to go, to be fair. We're only 2 matches in, and we're already 15 minutes in, so this is a long show. This is already longer than we usually go. We usually end at 15 minutes or so, with every match being in that. But this time, with the live comms, extremely long shows, you get a whole match. Let me know which ones you prefer. As you see, Rey Mysterio taking it to Del Rio now with the high flying moves. We've got his body to red, so we could do some damage here if we go for the quick roll up. 1, 2, 2 count. A slow count there by the ref. He took ages to do the 1 count. As we go for the big kick, we kick Del Rio around the top back of the head there. And now we're just trying to pick up the victory, but Del Rio rolls up on us. We're going to try and go for the reversal. We reverse it. 1, 2. Oh, I thought we had the 3 count there. As you see, I'm disconnected from Xbox Live. I think it's because they're pissed off we didn't pick up the 3 count there, obviously. But Mysterio just taking it to Del Rio right now. Just completely beating the crap into Del Rio. But Del Rio reverses it and now coming back with moves of his own. But it's another roll up by Mysterio. 1, 2. Oh, almost a 3 count again. The referee holds his arm up for way too long on that count. As we now go, spinning heel kick. We've got the signature. We're going top rope. I don't know what Mysterio's signatures are, but we're going for the moonsault. Moonsault off the top. What are Mysterio's signatures? I have no idea. Oh, it's a Lufez press. Well, that's a shit signature. Well, we're going for the splash off the top now. The big splash off the top. 1, 2, 3. Rey Mysterio picks up the win over the Luchador Aristocrat. Can't remember what it, the Mexican Aristocrat, sorry. Big victory for Rey Mysterio after a big contender for titles there. Great victory for Mysterio as we move on to our next match of the evening in our WWE 13 Universe mode. In our first live comms episode of the series. We move on and we're expecting big things from this next battle. It's going to be a good one. The next match and the match after are the #1 contenders versus the tag team champions on singles action. Tyson Kidd's going one-on-one with Roman Reigns and Justin Gabriel's going one-on-one with Seth Rollins. Of course, last night, International Airstrike picked up the victory over Team Rhodes Scholars to become the new tag team #1 contenders, going up against the Shield, who are the tag team champions. Now, to start this rivalry off, we're starting with some singles action and see what we can create. Obviously, the Shield are favourites here. Roman Reigns, an absolute beast, and Seth Rollins, a monster as well. But we're going to be Tyson Kidd in this one to see what we can do with the high flyer going up against the big bruiser. As you see, straight away, Roman Reigns just using his power to get away from us. We're going to have to try the high flyer moves if we want to contain Roman Reigns in this one. We can't allow him to box us or brawl with us. We have to attack him through the air in places where he cannot go and he cannot do damage to us. As you see, we tried dropping the elbow there, but it backfired on us and we only just caught Reigns, and now Reigns has an opportunity to just start beating us down. But again, we reverse, but he catches us this time. But luckily, the speed of Tyson Kidd is becoming an advantage for him. He's able to move out of the way of some of the power moves of Roman Reigns, but the springboard there, the springboard dropkick backfires, and Reigns in control now as we're going springboard again. This time he drops the springboard lariat onto Roman Reigns, and now Reigns thrown into the corner. Kidd with the dropkick, and now drops the kick into the groin of Roman Reigns. That has to do some damage. Any bloke watching this has to know how much that would hurt, being dropkicked into the balls. It would hurt a lot, but Tyson Kidd actually taking advantage in this one. But Reigns all of a sudden coming back in it. We're using our reversals and our speed and our technical ability from being trained in the Heart Dungeon to our advantage. That's another thing I want to speak about. Of course, Tyson Kidd trained in the Heart Dungeon. which is where he met Natalya Neidhart, of course, the daughter of Jim the Anvil Neidhart and WWE superstar. She is in Total Divas, so you see a lot of TJ, Tyson Kidd, and Natty in Total Divas. Of course, they're in a relationship. They're actually married now, I believe. The last episode of their relationship was a bit on the rocks because Tyson Kidd is very close to his parents, his mum and sister even. Natty doesn't like them, and Tyson doesn't know how to say no to his parents. So it backfires a bit on Natalya because it was her birthday and she wanted to spend time with just Tyson Kidd when they were back in Calgary, but Kidd couldn't do it. He couldn't say no to his mum, and it actually ended up with Natalya going on a date basically on her birthday with an old friend who is actually in love with her. So I don't blame the friend, in all honesty, because Natalya Neidhart is stunning. She's the best looking diva in the WWE right now. Let me know who you think is in the comment section below. I think Natty Neidhart is, but that's just me personally. Don't get me wrong, I believe the other divas are all stunning. I really do. The Divas division is extremely strong right now in the WWE. They've got some gorgeous divas. But not just that, the wrestling has really picked up. I mean, Natalya Neidhart, I know she had that botched ending a couple of weeks ago on Raw against AJ Lee. But she's an extremely, extremely talented wrestler. AJ Lee is a very good, talented wrestler. As much as people complain about her, she is a good talent in the ring. Caitlyn, I'm not the biggest of fans of, but she is decent in the ring. She's not as experienced enough to be top level, but she is very good in the ring. Then there is Nikki and Brie Bella, who are very good divas. They're not great in the ring, but they're good divas. They're Naomi and Cameron from the Funkadactyls. Decent wrestlers. One of them is, I can't remember which one. But they're nothing special, but they're in a decent place. But then down in NXT, you've got Summer Rae, who's actually a good wrestler. You've got Emma, who's also a good wrestler. You've then got Charlotte Flair, who's coming along. But you've got Paige, who is an absolute superstar. Fans of the indie circuit will know Paige. She is an extremely strong wrestler, and she could really be what the WWE needs in the future. Her and AJ could put on some hell of a fights. As you see, Tyson Kidd almost picks up the victory here over Roman Reigns. Again, we've only worked the body though. We haven't worked any of the face, but we're going for the pinfall here after dropping the knee on Reigns. But a weak move like that's not going to do anything to a tag team champion. As Reigns trying to come back at us, but we're dropping a neck breaker on him as he tried sprinting towards us to pick up a big move of his own. As we're 22 minutes into this one, this is a lot longer than I actually expected, to be fair. I mean, we haven't even finished the third match right now. I don't know how much longer my game capture will actually take. But it's a big kick there to the chest by Tyson Kidd, and Kidd's going for the pin. He can't pick it up, but he's going for that big flip neck breaker once again, and that could be it. He's going for the submission at the bottom now though. That heart lock, what an awesome submission that is. He just pulls the arm and locks the neck in like a sharpshooter, but onto the neck and arms. It's an awesome submission move. I'm a huge fan of that submission move. It's incredible. And we're going to try and go for the sharpshooter here. We're going to try and end it by making Roman Reigns tap out. As you see, we got this locked in tight. Reigns has got to try and crawl his way to the ropes if he wants any chance of being able to escape this one. But he's a huge man and actually manages to get the ropes there. So it didn't quite go to plan, but we're going for the big belly to back suplex now. And we're going to try and pick up the pinfall there, but it wouldn't let me, which is annoying. And now we've all of a sudden given Reigns room to get back into this matchup. We really need to take advantage here. As Tyson Kidd with the big STO there. We've got to try and pick up the pinfall, because if we let Reigns back into this, he's just going to continue to damage us. The big kick to the head of Roman Reigns now. I'm going to try and slam him to the mat and then pick up the pinfall. As you see, Tyson Kidd groggy there. But roll up by Tyson Kidd. This could be at 1. Reigns kicks out at 1. That was an easy kick out for Roman Reigns. As we go back to the belly to back suplex. Now we got another signature. We got to try and hit this one. There's the big flip neck breaker there by Tyson Kidd. Great move by Tyson Kidd, and we've got him damaged now. We're going to see if we can do this from the top rope in the corner. I know you can in my old Tyson Kidd that I had. You used to be able to do it off the top. Put him on the top rope, and he used to do that flip neck breaker from the top rope. We're going to see if we can do it here. But first we got to get around Roman Reigns, throwing us about the ring like a rag doll right now. As you see, he's got us on the apron. What's he going to do? He's not going to touch us. As we actually roll over with the powerbomb there. We've got to go for the pin here. 1. Oh, Jesus Christ. Roman Reigns, you bastard. Just die. We need this victory so we can move on to the next match. And we got a big main event. So no, we can't do the flip neck breaker off the top rope now. We're going to see what we can do here. And it's going to be the... Oh, that's a good move. The crucifix off the top rope there. Awesome move. So we're going to the top rope and we're going to drop the elbow onto Roman Reigns' sternum. We're going to pick up the victory here, surely. It's a 1 count again, and we're going to go for that flip neck breaker. That's got to be it. That's got to be him done. Imagine how many signatures and finishes have we hit on Roman Reigns. He's got to be done. 1, 2, 3. Finally, we pick up the victory over Roman Reigns. So Reigns falls to Tyson Kidd in the first match between the Shield and the International Airstrike. What can Seth Rollins and Justin Gabriel put on? This could be a high-flying matchup between the two. As I'm going to be Seth Rollins because I need the Shield to pick up a victory here, so it's 1-1. But Seth Rollins is an absolute beast. Of course, fans of the indie circuit will know him as Tyson Kidd. Absolute superstar and legend of the business. Justin Gabriel, equally as talented in all honesty. WWE have no idea how to use him because he's a high flyer. They have no idea how to use high flyers. I mean, they've got Adrian Neville in NXT. They've got El Generico or Sami Zayn in NXT as well. 2 brilliant high flyers and stuff, but WWE won't know how to use him. It's the same with Seth Rollins. Shield is good for him, but they won't know how to use him when it comes to singles action. And Justin Gabriel is exactly the same. These two could put on some matches. If you didn't see Raw last night, definitely go check it out, as in real life Raw. Go check it out, because Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan put on one hell of a show. Their matchup was fantastic, and I really recommend you watch it. Seth Rollins as Tyler Black was an absolute superstar in Ring of Honor, just like Daniel Bryan was as Bryan Danielson, and just like CM Punk was as CM Punk. Of course, Tyler Black also had tryouts and stuff for TNA, but it never went right for him, and it's probably good, to be fair. He wouldn't have made it. He wouldn't have done anything at TNA. TNA's gone to pan. I used to be a TNA fan. As soon as Hulk Hogan took over, I hated TNA, and it's just gone to pot. And you can see that with all their financial issues now. And WWE has really come out on top. They've all of a sudden grown in popularity a lot over the last couple of years, well, last year or so. And it's because they've changed their style. They've focused more on younger talent rather than just the old talent. I know right now they're focusing on Triple H, Mr. McMahon, Randy Orton. But still, the likes of Daniel Bryan and stuff, and Big E and The Shield is a huge positive for the WWE. The Wyatt family possibly could be something big. And it really is good for the WWE. Another thing they need to work on is their tag team division. They've got some great tag teams that could really put their tag team division on top. I mean, the Real Americans, they've got the Shield, they've got the Wyatt family, they've got the primetime players who actually have both had the potential to be singles wrestling superstars. And alongside that, they've also got Primo and Epico, which I'm not a big fan of, but if they come back as the Lost Matadors, they could be good. And they've also then got the Usos, who are an extremely talented team. They've got in Adrian Neville and Oliver Grey, who of course aren't together at the moment in NXT, but used to be as the British Ambition. They could be an absolute great tag team. And I really think they've got some great positives in NXT as well for tag teams. I mean, if they go and set up a new Ascension, they could really have a great tag team division going forward. Let me know who you think has the best potential as a tag team. We all know we're not including the Shield in this one because Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins won't be together for forever, because everyone wants to see Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. We all know that. It's an internet wrestling fan's dream, and WWE need to make that happen soon, because otherwise wrestling fans will be unhappy, because especially with the amount they seem to be dropping the Shield a lot. Obviously that's because there's been talk of a lot of backstage grief towards the Shield and hate because they take their roles too seriously. They make out as if they are the superstars which they're portrayed to be in the Shield, which is not what you're supposed to do, of course, in the real WWE. You're supposed to be your real life character outside of the business, but apparently the Shield aren't like that, and they need to fix that if they want to succeed in this business. Let's be honest. They all three have superb talent. I know there was a lot of hate towards Roman Reigns when it was first announced that all three of those three were together. But he has definitely held his own and has definitely proven himself to be worthy of being a member in the Shield. He has become the muscle of the group. Dean Ambrose is basically the mouthpiece for the group. Unless you watch NXT, and whenever the Shield are on NXT, Seth Rollins is the man that takes control of the mic. But on WWE, it's Dean Ambrose, and that's because of his messed up character, to be fair. He's an extremely talented wrestler on the mic. Seth Rollins is basically the best wrestler out of the three in the ring. And then Roman Reigns is the muscle and definitely portrays that well. I mean, his spear is an extremely good spear. And it shows his power, to be fair. The only thing I don't like is the triple powerbomb. It doesn't look that effective. It's just a normal powerbomb. I'm going to be honest. It is just a normal powerbomb. I can see the point of it. It shows that they're joined together and it's supposed to show that it's more painful. But it doesn't look it. So I think they need to improve that slightly. However, if they include the triple powerbomb on WWE 2K14, I think that's going to be an awesome moment. Another move I really want them to add to the double finishers, because of course there's the new double finishers on 2K14, is the Natalia Neidhart sharpshooter. If you've never seen it, go out and check it on YouTube. Type in Natalia Neidhart double sharpshooter. Awesome move, and they really need to add it if they're going to do double finishes. I know they're doing like a double AA, double shell shock. I don't know if they would do a double GTS. I think that would be pretty cool, although I don't know how it would work. Another move variation of GTS I want them to include is the GTS that CM Punk did the other night to Curtis Axel, when he GTS Curtis Axel onto the steel steps. That looks awesome, and I really think they need to do that. As you see, Seth Rollins going with that big boot to the face, his finisher. We haven't seen it in Raw at all yet, but hopefully we can see it in the coming weeks. As you see, Justin Gabriel kicks out because of the rope break and now has a signature all of a sudden. I have no idea how. We're not going to let him use it. We're going to roll him up here, trying to pick up the victory here. Wow, ref, come on. The ref didn't even get a 2 count. Or 1 count at that even. And now Justin Gabriel coming back into this one, stamping on the arm of Seth Rollins. And Rollins really needs to get back into this one. He can't allow Justin Gabriel to get on top, because otherwise we're in trouble. You see, we go for the moonsault off the springboard. It doesn't work. We'll go for it again. And Justin Gabriel decides to run out of the way. But, we missed the 3rd time. We've got to try it once more. It's got to work. Yeah, that time we actually hit it. So it almost backfired on us. But luckily we managed to hit it 4th time lucky. As we go for the big splash, and there was a bit of a glitch there. Gabriel kicks out the splash on a 1 count. And I kind of expected it, to be fair. And we got to try and hit Gabriel with some quick moves so he can't hit us with his finisher. He's got an awesome finisher. It's one of my favourite in the WWE to date, actually. As you see, Gabriel kicks out a 1 count again there. As we're 32 minutes into the show now. And I have a feeling my game capture may cut off very soon. So we really need to get this show done. As we've got the main event still to come, which could be an absolutely huge matchup. It's for the Intercontinental title. It's the first time we're seeing Curtis Axel as the Intercontinental Champion. Because we haven't used the Intercontinental Championship yet in this series. But we're going to try and use it today. As Gabriel goes for the springboard there, but we move out of the way. We're the springboard champion, not him. And we hit the code breaker basically there. I don't know what they would call it. As we hit the super kick there, and that's got to be it. We're going to go for the pinfall here. Probably another rope break. But no, we pick up the 3 count, and it's 1-1 between International Airstrike and the Shield now. Tyson Kidd picks up the victory over Roman Reigns, but Seth Rollins comes back with a victory over Justin Gabriel in a very good match, to be fair. Strong showing by the both of them. So we move on to our main event, the Intercontinental Championship match between Curtis Axel, the champion, and Wade Barrett, who won the #1 contendership last night after he beat longtime rival Mark Henry. Of course, their feud has been ongoing, and this time Barrett has a chance at a title. Curtis Axel is the man I actually want to win, so I'm going to take control of Curtis Axel. But it's an Extreme Rules match, so no DQ, so Henry could actually interfere here. I've got interference on, so he could possibly interfere. If he does, we'll actually add some awesome story to this storyline. And I kind of want him to, but I'm not going to add a video in this episode because I just can't allow myself time to edit at the moment. So we're going to avoid adding a video, but if the Xbox decides and the universe decides that it wants Mark Henry to interfere, I would love it. So we move on. Waiting for it to load. Of course, it's taking a bit longer because Curtis Axel is actually a creator superstar. Even though you can see his picture there, which you don't get with creator superstars, he is a created superstar. That's obviously a render that was imported in by a hack and stuff like that, and a mod. Curtis Axel taking it to Wade Barrett right now. Curtis Axel has some huge potential. Of course, he used to be Michael McGillicuddy. I liked him as a tag team with David Otunga, or David Otungad. And I think he has a lot of potential. Of course, the son of Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. And that's what's held him back, I'm going to be honest. People associate him with Mr. Perfect and remember the character Mr. Perfect played, so expect more from him than he can give. Right now, him being a Heyman guy is possibly the best thing that could happen to him. As much as I don't like Paul Heyman, he knows what to do with his superstars and he aids them and allows them to grow. Curtis Axel can focus on his in-ring ability and cutting short promos rather than having to speak constantly. Paul Heyman can be the mouthpiece and allow Curtis Axel, of course, to get away with focusing on wrestling and stuff, and that's exactly what he needs. The only thing I don't like about this whole Punk Heyman storyline is the fact that at Night of Champions it's going to be CM Punk versus Curtis Axel and Paul Heyman in a handicap match. Now, because it's Night of Champions, every title is on the line, so either Curtis Axel is going to have another fight that night, or Curtis Axel is going to be defending the title with Paul Heyman against CM Punk. Now, that's an insult to CM Punk, making him fight for the Intercontinental Championship. The only reason I can think of WWE wanting to do that is if they want to add some prestige and stuff back to the Intercontinental Championship, or they want to aid Curtis Axel's progression and show that he can beat the big boys. My problem with that is his disrespect to CM Punk, a man that has been main eventing shows and has carried this company on his back for the last couple of years, has now been dropped from the main event and challenging for the world title, to losing to Curtis Axel, the Intercontinental Champion, after losing to John Cena. Then at the pay-per-view where he lost his title, I can't remember which one it was, Survivor Series, possibly? No, that was The Rock versus John Cena, wasn't it? No, it was, he didn't lose his title to John Cena, did he? He lost his title to The Rock. Then he went on and lost to The Undertaker. And then from there, he went on and lost to Brock Lesnar. And I really think the WWE should have made Brock lose to CM Punk, because Brock's gone now. Brock's gone until possibly... He could be gone for 2 months. That's the news. He's on a hiatus. So it doesn't aid CM Punk or Brock Lesnar at all that Brock won. Punk should have picked up the victory. And he should come out on top. And unfortunately, he's now on a losing streak at pay-per-views. And I really hope it doesn't continue when he faces Curtis Axel and Paul Heyman. The only way I think it should continue is if Brock Lesnar comes in and interferes and takes out CM Punk. Then we can continue the Brock Lesnar CM Punk feud, and Punk can go on and then pick up the victory over Brock Lesnar clean, rather than losing in an awesome match. Anyone that's seen that match at SummerSlam has to agree that it was an absolutely fantastic match here. As you see Barrett going to the outside, grabbing the crutch, the crutch, and throwing it to the inside of the ring as Curtis Axel. He actually hits the ref there. So we're going to suplex Wade Barrett to the outside here. We got signature. We've done no damage whatsoever to Wade Barrett though, as that, I don't even know what that is, but that's classed basically as his finisher now in the actual WWE. It's pretty much a running neck breaker if you look at it, but it's more of a rotation neck breaker. As you see, Axel with a big kick, the RVD style kick to the face with the chair, just trying to beat down Barrett. He wants to defend his title. As you see, Barrett is now bust wide open, and there's a big glitch there. Apparently I'm now staring at the ring. It's not what we wanted. As you see, Axel just beating down Barrett with the chair, but then Barrett comes back with the big power bomb there onto Curtis Axel. Axel's got to get back in the ring. He can't afford this beat down on the outside anymore. He's got the crutch in hand. Barrett's going to get the dustbin though from underneath the ring. Barrett wants to do some damage. He knows he's got to get back into this matchup quick, and picking up the dustbin is exactly how he's going to do it, but he steals the crutch himself. But luckily we escape with the clothesline there and keep ourselves in this one, as we now look to beat down Barrett with the crutch. Just beating him down. We have actually missed pretty much every shot with this crutch though. This is awful. I can't hit him. He just keeps moving. I hit him in the arsehole there though, if you looked. And now I've got the dustbin, and when he gets up we're going to run and hit him with the dustbin and then hit him with a finisher, and we missed the dustbin. So now he's got the dustbin and smacks us with it. That's a brutal shot there. As we now come back, steal it off him. This is the time to finish it. Huge hit there by Curtis Axel. And now going for the finisher. I love this move. Look at this for a DDT. Double arm DDT there. Awesome, awesome move. And that's got to finish it. As you see, we've got his face red. That could be the end. 1, 2, 3. Curtis Axel is still your Intercontinental Champion. Let me know what you think of the live streams. It will be the same on Thursday. Next week we'll probably include some videos of the live comms, even not live streams. So let me know what you think. Is Curtis Axel is still the Intercontinental Champion? But what the hell is going on? I don't know who the guy on the left is, but that's one of the members of the Wyatt family. So that doesn't work. So just ignore the ending there. That never happened. But peace out, YouTube. We're heading into over.